Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bree from With Love Bree, and today I'm going to be making two types of cards using Scrap Diva Designs dies. And I'm going to be using two, but one of them is going to be the main card base for both cards, and it's going to be this one right here. This is called the Love Bundle Nesting Set, and this is what it looks like. You get three oval-shaped pieces with the heart. It's kind of like a heart lace, and then you get the layering pieces. So you get layering pieces for each one. So there's those three. And then for one of the cards, I did use one of these hearts, and the heart that I cut out was the second smallest heart, and this is the double stitch heart nesting die. And I will be using this on another project, so I am going to be bringing this back in another time. And so, but yeah, so let me go ahead and share with you guys kind of what I've already got prepped, and let's just get started putting these cards together. Oops. So for this card right here, what I have is, I have the largest doily die. I'm going to call these doilies. I have the largest heart nesting doily die, and what I did there was I cut it out twice. I did one out of some white cardstock and then another one out of pattern paper, and the pattern paper that I'm using is the same pattern paper I've been using for all my projects recently, and it's the Paper Studio Retro Sunshine. Everything on these cards are going to be from the video that I had posted about me making, or like about me putting together a collection using only Hobby Lobby items. So I'll make sure to have a little card up there for you guys to click on, as well as, you know, links at the end of the video and down below. And one of these other cards too, I won't be really doing a tutorial on because I will, I already have one on my channel, so I'll link it down below as well for you guys. So back to this one. I have the two largest die cut out of pattern paper and white cardstock, and that's just because this pattern paper, you know, there's gonna be some stuff layered on top of it, so I wanted to make sure that it was going to be pretty sturdy. So I have those die cut, and then I have this, which is the medium size, yeah, the middle size, and I die cut that out of some rainbow pattern paper, and that's going to get layered onto here. Now what I did was I created a card base using the layering die for the largest doily, and the way I did that was I took a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper, I cut it down to 4 1/4 by 11, scored it at 5.5, and then I took the oval shaped die, and using that card base, I took the oval shaped die and I had it hanging off the edge where the folded edge is. I had it hanging off the edge just a little bit, and that's so that way it doesn't get cut out and it leaves you with this flat end to be able to open the card up. So I already have some, you know, videos of me creating shaped cards. I'll have them linked down below for you guys so you guys can watch that. Today's basically just a craft with me / process video, but definitely check out my older videos. I have some tutorials on how I create, you know, shaped cards. So so yeah, this is going to be layered on top. Normally I like to have this at the bottom, and then, you know, it would be a card like this, but because the card base is pretty small compared to the top layer, it may go unnoticed if you were to give this to somebody. So I decided to put it on the top right here, and I'm going to layer this piece right here because I wanted to use the lace, the nesting die twice, and I decided to put it on top of here like this, and then the person or the recipient can actually open up the card and it'll be on top. So that's kind of my idea for this card right here. So let's go ahead and just get started. I am going to go ahead and glue this piece flat onto the cardstock because it's basically just going to be our base piece. And because this is going to be the base of your card, you want to try to, you know, make sure you get the edges as well. I just picked some areas and I added glue to it, and that honestly should be enough. But I made sure to get, get most of those edges because I don't want it to lift up when my recipient does get it. And there are tools out there. I've shared them on my channel before. Mine's not close to me right now. Oh, I just found it. But basically you could just it's like a brush and it'll take out all the little pieces here. However, I like to use my little pokey tools and I like to poke them out. It's just really therapeutic. It does sometimes take a long time, but to me, I like it. So that's how I take them out. I also use it to take them out from the dies as well. But anyway, okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside and kind of let it dry. I'm going to let this dry for a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this up onto some foam tape, and I'm just going to add some to the back of this here. And again, this is the middle size doily. And anyone asking for these foam dots, I don't remember where I got it from. It was on clearance somewhere and I just remember I picked it up. Okay, so I'm just going to use those. These are just easier for me. They're just easier to use because they have little tabs on here that you can literally just pull off. I think these were from a cherry on top, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, and then I am going to add some hot glue because I want to make sure this card stays intact. And I'm going to line this up. Okay, so now that's lifted off of the card base. Okay, and then that's going to get glued onto here. And I'm not going to pop this piece up because I want it to be flat onto the card. So it's going to be like this. Or should I pop it up? What should I do? Okay, maybe I might pop it up. We'll see. We will see. Let's just, yeah, I might have to put it down now because the way I'm going to decorate this, there's going to be a lot of, dimensions. So let me figure out if I'm going to pop it up or not, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I used my mega roll to put the foam tape, to add the foam, or to add to the back of this piece, because it is thinner, so I don't want it to be two-dimensional. But I do want it lifted a little bit, so I did add that to the back here. Okay, and before I do add this, I am going to stamp on the back. I want to use this stamp set here from Concord and 9th. It's the Perfectly Penned stamp set. If it's available, I will put it down below. It might be on Amazon or it might be on scrapbook.com. So let me add this, and I'm just going to use the Handcrafted with Love by because it just goes with my channel. So I might as well just use it. It's one of my favorite stamps to use from there. And I'm just going to use one of these inks. I think I'm going to go with the Sorbet color. This is from the Concord and 9th premium dye ink sets that they have. I also pulled out the classic stamp pad from Stampin' Up! And it's called Mango Melody. These are the two colors that I feel match with the papers. So I'm going to use this one. Now I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. Perfect. So it just says Handcrafted with Love by. And then I'll just use a marker or like a pen to put my little signature there. So I'm going to save this because I am going to use that on the next card as well. So I'm going to turn this over now. And I'm going to go ahead and add this down, add this to the base. Okay. So again, just make sure it's straight. Okay, perfect. So now that's on there. So here is the base of the card. It's not two-dimensional. And then when the recipient gets it, they would just open this up and then you can have your little message in there. And because this is small, I didn't want to add too much to the inside, so I am going to leave it white and I'm going to leave it blank. And then, I'm going to do all of the embellishing on the outside. So that's for the first card right here. to create the base. And then what I want to do is I want to add this heart die cut, which is the heart from Scrap Diva Designs that I shared with you guys. And I am going to pop this one up again, also just with the same foam tape here. It's not two-dimensional, so I'm going to add 3 of these. And I had ordered this a long time ago, you guys, a really long time ago. So I'm not even sure if it's still available. I have not shopped on Cherry on Top in a while, so I'm not sure if those are available still. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and add this down to the base. I'm just going to make sure again, because this is oval, it's a lot harder than a straight, you know, like a rectangle card. So I'm going to just do my best to line up the center here and then get this put down. So the thing about this kind of card is at the top right here, you can definitely see that flat end where you would open up the card, you know. So normally that's why we would put that at the bottom, is so that it covers it up. However, for this one, because again it's smaller than the actual layering piece, I decided to put it on top. So I'm going to use some embellishing to cover that up, while also trying to make sure that it's not blocking it to where it can't open. So that's how I'm going to, you know, embellish this card, is I'm going to just make sure that I don't block this, but still be able to cover it up. So the way I'm going to do that is I am going to take some flowers. Again, all of these supplies that I'm using, I'll have them in a haul video in case you have any questions. So just check that video out. But I already picked out all the flowers and stuff that I'm going to be using. And I am going to be using this butterfly. So this butterfly is actually from my stash, and I die cut it 3 times. So I used some specialty vellum to die cut the first and last layer. And then the second layer, or like the middle layer, is pattern paper. I did that just to mute it a little bit because of all the pattern already going on here on the card. I thought that it would help to kind of mute it with some vellum. And I thought this pattern vellum went perfectly. And it also gives it more dimension. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. I actually might add it after the flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'll speed through the floral part, because I'm going to do a little corner here and then right here to decorate the edges. And then I'm going to add this butterfly to the center. Okay, so again, I'm just going to be adding these flowers to the card base, while also making sure it's not taking up too much space here. I think adding the this piece right here, I think adding this piece on foam tape kind of helps allow there to be more space for this to hang over a little bit, just because now there's a gap between the base and the actual card itself. So when you flip it open, it still opens up. Okay guys, so here is how it looks right now. So as you guys can see, very dimensional because of that butterfly, but it really helps give the card some dimension. And here is the inside. so I think what I'm going to do to finish this off, I am going to add some Nuvo onto here, and of course I'm going to add some diamond dust. All of that kind of stuff I am going to do at the end of the video. I just want to do kind of like the main pieces right now, but I do want to add some of these rhinestones kind of towards the edge here, so I am going to add that. I think just the small size. Okay, you guys, so here it is for now. I am gonna again add some more stuff towards the end, but as you guys can see, it does have that bling at the bottom and here on this right corner. But look at how pretty and shiny those little rhinestones are. And how cute is this card turning out? I'm loving how this is looking. And again, it still opens. And you can't really, I mean, you could still see it because I didn't do too well covering it. I should have moved it up more, but you can, you know, you can barely see it. So obviously do a little bit better covering that up. But this is how the first card turned out, and we'll add some finishing details at the end. So let's go ahead and move on to the next card here. Okay, so the next card is going to be an easel card. I already have a tutorial on how to do this easel card. I use the basically like the exact same die. It's just a circle shape. So I'll make sure to have that, you know, up here for you guys to click on, as well as down below, because I do have a tutorial on how I make it. This one's basically going to be of me decorating it, but I will share just the basics on how I did this. Okay, so this is the card base right here. Oops. Sorry, guys. Okay, so here's the card base. And okay, so it's same with the circle card. I took the largest doily die here, and what I did was I took, again, the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, cut it down to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I folded it in half, and I placed the die again on top of this, on top of the folded edge right here. And I hung the die off just a little bit, again, just to keep that top edge closed. The way that I did that was I lined up the scallops. I go over this in that tutorial video. You're going to do the same thing. You just want it to be equal to each other. It's good with the scallops. It's actually easier with the scallops and the hearts because you can make it even on both sides. So I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry if you hear my daughter, she's in the background here. But you could see right here, they're pretty lined up here. They have the exact same amount of hearts cut off, and then it starts a new scallop exactly the same. So you just want it to be the same so when you fold it, it lines up. Now with this specific die, I went down 7 scallops, so you start from this top scallop, and it's going to be the full scallop, not the one that's cut off. So it's going to be this scallop right here. You're going to count down to 7, and that's going to be your card base. Now, I've done this twice. As you guys can see, I went 7 and 8 here, so I had to go here and do 7 and 7. You guys, I did the same thing here. I did 7 and 8. I don't know how I did that, but you know what? We're going to act like it wasn't, like it's 7 and 7. So again, 7 scallops down, 7 scallops down on this side. Take your scoring board and go, you know, score the 7 scallops across this way. This, honestly, won't be, it wouldn't even worry. I mean, it wouldn't even really matter if it's straight or not because it's just going to be in the back. Now, then again, I mean, if you're like me and it does bother you, eventually this is going to bother me. I'm just doing this for the purpose of, for the sake of the video. But, you know, if it bothers you, just make sure you count your scallops before you score it. So what I'm going to do to line this up really good, it's best to lay your card flat and then layer your piece down here. So I'm going to go over all the little cuts that I made first before I glue it down so you guys know how many of each thing I cut. So of course you're going to have your card base, which is the one that we folded in half, and then we folded in half again for just the top piece. And then I cut out another one of the large size doilies, and it's out of white paper to match the base. And then with this die, just like her other one, she has a layering piece, like a matte piece that you could die cut. I die cut that out of 2 pattern papers. The reason why I did it out of 2 is because one is going to be right here on the front, and then there's going to be another one here on the inside. So that's the reason why I have 2. I still, and because I already worked with the first 2 dies, 2 sizes of the dies, I wanted to somehow include the smallest one. So when you make an easel card, you need a stopper. So what I mean by that is when you pull up these, when you pull up the easel card, you need something to stop it so that it stays up. So that way the card can stay up. So you have to create one of these so that way you have something to stop this from falling back down, if that makes sense, to create that easel. So again, I have a more in-depth tutorial on a different video, so I'll make sure to have that for you guys. But all I'm going to do for now is glue this piece to the inside, and I'm just going to make sure that it's straight. Do I want to use my ATG gun? Let's just use liquid glue. Okay, and same thing as the last card. Foam tape, and then I'm going to put hot glue and then line it up. Cute. Alright. And before I do anything to this, I am going to adhere it to the card base. Now, when you adhere this to the card base, make sure that these all line up so that way it's nice and clean. And you're only going to put glue on this bottom half right here. So I'm going to add it right onto here, just so I know I'm getting it exactly where I need it and nowhere past it. Okay, and because this card is going to be interactive, I made sure to put a bunch of glue on there. So because this die right here is very, very detailed, I had to use a my chrome plate. I'll have the chrome plate link down below for you guys. It is an investment, but it's a great investment. It really helps when it comes down to dies like this, where you have all these little details that you need to get cut out. I did try to use my magic mat, which it didn't work because, you know, it's just a very detailed die. It's a great die. It die cuts very well, like butter. But, you know, I'm going through 2 pieces of pretty heavyweight cardstock. I mean, it's not super, but it is pretty heavyweight. It's not just your regular paper. So I did have to use that. And it helped. 2 passes, like front and back, and it cut everything out. So just letting you guys know in case you don't have it, if you are going to be making one of these cards, just note that. And this is what the chrome plate looks like. So it's it has a mirror on one side. So if you guys can see, I don't want to have too much glare, but yeah, as you guys can see right here, there is this mirror. And I always use so it would say right here, Chrome Precision Base Plate for intricate thinlits, but you can use it for die, anything. And what I like to use is a messed up cutting pad. This is a plastic one. I normally don't use these anymore to die cut with. With the chrome plate, you put the die face down. I think a lot of cutting machines are usually like that, but before I used to put it face up. I don't know why with my chrome machine. My chrome precision plate. I always used to do it face up. It was so weird. But I usually use the magic mat now from scrapbook.com. If you guys don't use that, I really do recommend it. Let me show you guys. So this is my magic mat. I had this since they first released the magic mat, you guys. This is my first one, and it's still going good. I have a bunch of refills. I buy them when they're on sale. I get them when I can, just because I want to make sure I have a stash of these, because these are just the greatest cutting pads I've ever had. I really love this. I don't like the sound of the plastic when you cut into it. It's just so loud and it's just kind of annoying. So I do recommend this. It's so quiet. It's very smooth. It cuts so nicely. Some dies, they are hard to cut through with this. Honestly, you just need to get a piece of cardstock, put it on top of your die, and it'll cut. But the only thing about this is it does sometimes have little little pieces of paper get stuck inside of it, just like these little hearts here from the doily die, or the nesting heart die. Honestly, I just hauled this, but I used, you can use any tool. I usually get mine from Dollar Tree, but this one is from Hobby Lobby. You just scrape it up against the edge here, and can you guys see? They're just popping off. So I already have a bunch of these in my craft room, but I got these specifically from Hobby Lobby. Dollar Tree has them, and they work just as great. So if you guys don't have a magic mat, I will have it linked down below. You can get it on scrapup.com. Great, great cutting mat. That's all I gotta say. So with that being said, I always have a bunch of these now in my craft room. And I do use, you know, my cutting plates still, because you need it on top of your magic mat. So the nice ones that I have, I still, you know, use those. But these ones that are all jacked up and like, you know, wonky, this is what I use on my chrome plate, because this die right here, or this precision plate, will mess up your cleaner ones. I don't know if that makes sense. So when you use this precision plate and you put your die face down, even though it's not cutting into the plate, it does leave an indent of the die on your plates, and I don't like that. So I prefer using ones like this for that reason. So that's why I keep these. I've seen people use their ovens to melt it, but I'm scared of like toxins and stuff going out into the oven, and then it messes up the food, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I just wanted to clarify that because I don't want you guys to try it and then struggle, you know, cutting through the layers of paper. So let me go ahead and just continue. So much talking. I wanted this to be a pretty quick video for 2 cards. Okay, so now that that's done, I am going to do this piece right here. So with this, I did use a stamp set from my stash, and you guys, this stamp set is not available anymore. It was from Hobby Lobby. I don't even know if they still do stamp sets, but it was this cute stamp right here. And I'm using the Good Vibes Only. I just feel like it really goes well with the papers that I'm using. And with this stamp, I don't know if you guys saw, but there is this outline right here. And I love the outline. However, when I stamped it and tried to use it, it just doesn't look good because it's an oval. So, oh. So as you guys can see right here, it says Good Vibes Only, and it's in a rectangle, like, you know, like box type thing. Good Vibes Only, and then it has that outline. So what I did was I just went ahead and I stamped the Good Vibes Only part. I really did not want to do any surgery on my stamp set. The only reason why is because that border is really thin, and when you want to get it lined up again, it can take some time to line that back up. So that's the only reason why. So let me quickly share with you guys how I did it. So I already die cut a 3rd one here, just to share with you guys in case you're new to stamping or anything. I am going to close this. It's cold here, so I don't want that to dry. But so you want a baby wipe or whatever you use to wipe your stamps with, and you're going to get your ink pad, which I am going to be using the Stampin' Up! Mango Melody. I don't know which inks are still available because these are old and sometimes they retire them. So I'll just put the name there if it's available. So I use a stamp chamois. I'll have this link down below as well for you guys. A lot of the items that I will be using will be down below, so you guys know. Alright, and then I'm going to ink this up here. I'm going to ink the whole thing up, and I'm going to try to get as much ink as I can on here. Reason being is because you can't ink it back up once you take out that rectangle, so, or whatever it is that you're trying to get rid of. So I'm over here inking up my stamp, and then I'm going to take the stamp chamois. I'm literally going to go right around this edge. So it's kind of hard to see. Let me try this. I don't know if you guys can see that orange. I'm just going to take my stamp chamois and just go right over this edge and just clean it up. And you want to try to work as quick as you can because the ink will eventually just, you know, dry up and stuff, and it won't stamp as clear. And with that, you would have to do this process over again, and you might not get a great stamp. Alright, so the ink is probably dried up just a little bit, so I'm going to put my hot breath on it, and then I'm going to stamp it. So as you can see, it's a little frothy there. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. Okay, I didn't do too good this time just because I'm trying to rush, but here it is. And on my first one, I did get a little bit of ink on the oval, but I'll share with you guys how I fixed that. I have a tool that I use, and you can get that on Amazon, so, you know, check out my storefront so that way you guys can see kind of the tools that I use, but I'll make sure to have that on there. And it's this right here. It's the Mono Sand Eraser, and it's for ink. Mind you, if you use it too hard on your paper, it will rip it. So you just have to do it, you know, brush it against your paper lightly. And I just go in circles. And then eventually it'll take off some of the ink. The thing is it's not going to take off all of it. So if you have a big mistake, I don't think it'll work that great. But it definitely helped me out on this one right here. So that's how I got the stamp image, in case you guys were wondering. Let me go ahead and add this onto here now. So with your little stopper piece, right, your decorative element for the easel, let me close this. You want it to be dimensional. So I am going to pop this up. Try to use the thinnest, you know, foam tape that you have, because again, it's going to be on the inside of this card. So when you put this in an envelope, it's going to be dimensional. So what I'm going to do is, do I want to pop up both? Yeah, I think I'm going to pop up both. I mean, normally you would just want to try to keep it as flat as possible, but I'm just going to pop it up. Alright, so I'm just going to use this foam tape. I'm just going to use 2. And then same for the back of here. Okay, cute. And then when this goes on there, it'll be popped up as well. Not two dimensional because the foam tape I'm using is pretty thin. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and decorate the front of the card. Again, I already have stuff pulled aside to make it a lot quicker. This one is not going to require too much, like too many flowers or anything like that. But that's because I'm going to diamond dot this card like crazy. Y'all, like crazy. Anytime I see a sunray, anytime I see anything that allows me to, I'm going to diamond dot it. So, what I'm going to do first though, is I am going to add my butterflies and stuff because I want to make sure I'm not diamond dotting where I need to glue this. It just makes it, you know, harder to keep these on there. So I am going to start this one down right here where the sun starts, right here on the far right. And then I'm just going to glue this down. And I have some mini flowers that I want to glue in between the butterflies to kind of break them apart. So Okay, you guys, so here is how it's starting to look. And again, I can't just leave it like this. So I am going to do some diamond dots, and in the middle I am going to do the same thing that I'm going to do with the last card, and I'm going to use some Nuvo drops. So the Nuvo that I have are dream drops because I am going to speed through this part right here. So I am going to be speeding through this part right here. And so this is the Nuvo Dream Drops, and I've used this before. It's the Love Potion. So I'm going to use that on these butterflies. And then I'm going to diamond dot. I don't know if I'm going to diamond dot here, but I am going to add some glass glitter, which is my diamond dust. So let me go ahead and do that. Enjoy the process, you guys. I am speeding it up because this is a very, very tedious process. But I will see you guys once I get close to finishing, and yeah, enjoy the process. Okay guys, so this is what it's looking like with the diamond dots. And then what I'm going to do is, I wanted to see if I could add like a little trail here for the butterfly. Kind of like what I did with the other card. Because I really like the shine that these little rhinestones give. So most of this has diamond dots right here. So I feel like this is empty. So I'm going to try to do another two, another medium and small size to complete this little arch here. Okay, so that's what that's looking like. And then I'm like debating if I want to. So when I don't know if I want to add it, I just do a couple to see. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. See, literally just two, and I'm already like, yep, let's do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some orange ones here. And I always like to add my diamond dots even under some of the things, like if it's lifted up, because if you're looking at something and there's the recipient's like looking at everything, you know, you don't want it to look unfinished. So I always like to add just either one or two, whatever you could see on there. Okay, so cute. How adorable is that? So this card is almost done. I am going to be adding some diamond dust to the wings just to give the wings a little bit more. But I am going to add this, and I'm debating if I want to add something to the sentiment here. Yeah, I think I am going to because it's pretty empty. So what I'm going to do is just add, you know what, I have these little smiley face stickers. Okay, so I'm going to add two of these pink ones to the inside. So I'm just going to add some glue, and I'm actually going to use my liquid glue because they're small. I'm just going to dot it and add them here. These are dimensional, so I may just have to hand deliver this card to somebody. Okay, so I went ahead and I peeled off these pieces here. And since it's going in the inside of the card, I'm going to use liquid glue. And for me to do, or for you to line this up the way that you want it, definitely have your, card ready on how you want it to stand up, and then place your piece down. So I'm going to have it on like this. Alright, so now I have that on there. So let me show you guys really quick. Here's the outside, and then here is the inside. Popped up a little bit, and then what happens is when you open this up, it's gonna, go into place here, like that. So you're gonna have a flat card, kind of, and then you're going to open this up, and it's gonna lay up. How cute! Look at this. How cute is that? Good vibes only. And then it's a little easel. Again, I have a tutorial on my channel, so that way if you guys want to see a full tutorial, you guys can watch that video. So let me go ahead and just quickly add my diamond dust to these flowers and everything. You guys have seen me do this, so I may not even show this because the last part was pretty long. Okay, and then I have this on my Amazon storefront. Now, the larger size one that I normally get is not available, and I noticed that they changed the brand. So, I put what I can on there in case you guys are wondering. But I'm just going to sprinkle this on a little at a time, because this stuff is kind of like glass, not going to lie. You can cut yourself. I have poked myself with it. So right now, this is what it looks like because the glue hasn't dried. So you guys can kind of see some of the glue here. But once it dries, it'll look like this. Because this is white on white, you can't really tell. But look at how pretty that flower looks. They're so cute with that diamond dust. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other flowers. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so there are all the flowers glittered up, and then just with the butterfly, I said I wasn't going to show you guys this, but I'm going to do this card and then the next one I'll do off camera. But I'm just going to go over, like over the edge of this. Okay guys, so there's the butterfly wings. Again, that glue is going to dry clear, but you guys can see all that shine that it gives, and then the little rhinestones. So cute. Okay, let me add the Nuvo drops too, because I will forget. So I'm just gonna add that to the middle of the butterfly. Oops. Okay, so here it is. You can see in the middle of the butterfly. And the thing about this love potion is it has this like aurora like effect to it. It's so pretty. But here it is, you guys. Here is the first card. Again, it's the one that has the base on the back, and then it has a base on the back, and the actual card is in the front. And then you would open up, and there's your card. How cute. I love this. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next card. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add the diamond dust first, and then I'm going to add the Nuvo drops. And then once I'm done with that, I'll share with you guys the final product, and that'll be the video. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so the last thing I need to do, because I forgot, is to add the Handmade with Love by. So let me do that really quick. And because I already have something at the bottom here, I'm not going to risk that. So I'm going to be awkward and put it in the top middle. Okay, still cute. Alright. Okay, you guys, so here is the back that says Handcrafted with Love by. And let me show you guys the front. It's still drying. Oh my gosh, you guys. See, like I said, I will always forget the Nuvo if it's not right in front of me. Let me go ahead and do that. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm sorry. super late, and I'm taking the, we're actually taking our kids to Disneyland tomorrow, or today. It's already like 1 a.m. and I need to edit and post this video, you guys. It's been 4 days, and I've been trying to get videos out every week, so I really want to get this video edited out for you guys before we go. Okay, let me show you guys. Here it is. Here is the front of the second card, actually, because I kind of showed you guys the first one already. But how pretty are those butterflies on there? You can use any butterfly die, you guys. It does not have to be the exact same. Use what you have. So cute. And the diamond dots have the rhinestones at the bottom to complete that full oval. And then when you open it up, you have the easel. And it just says good vibes only. And then if you turn it sideways, I'll show you guys what it looks like. But it looks like an easel. So stinking cute. Love how this one turned out. So there is our first card, which was, our second card, sorry, and that was the easel. And then this is the first card where we had the base in the back, and we have the card front, or like the card opening in the front. And here it is with the butterfly all glittered up with the glass glitter. I don't know if you guys can see the 3 layers, but it looks like the butterfly is flapping its wings. And then the little flower arch here. And then we have it at the bottom as well. And then I added the little rhinestones. But look at all the shine from all that glitter and stuff. So cute, you guys. Okay, and then the inside is just plain Jane. You can always do something to the inside. But how cute is that, you guys? I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you guys, again, are interested in the tutorial on how to make any of these kinds of card bases, I will go ahead and leave those down below. I'll try my best to remember to put the cards up as well, so that way it's easier for you guys to click on it if you guys want to go directly there. I do suggest trying to finish the video first, and then you can click on the tutorial, so that way you guys can see how you would have to decorate it to make it functional. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'm hoping that you guys have a great day, whatever day it is that y'all are watching this, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!